Hi, my name is Natalia Puerto, and I will be analyzing Sustainable Development Goal achievement in the countries of Norway and Nigeria. So for the goal that I have chosen is goal number 3, which is good health and well-being. This goal factors in global health, life expectancy, maternal mortality, child mortality, malaria, HIV, AIDS, and many more. I thought it was important to look at this goal because it also factors in other goals like no poverty, zero hunger, quality education, and all those that contribute to a person's overall health and happiness. So first, if we look at Norway statistics, Norway was ranked 7 in the world on the SDG index scores. They have achieved Sustainable Development Goal number 3 and remain on track. They have improved in various areas that fall into the third goal. They have an HDI of 0.957 out of 1, which is really high, and they rank number 1 on Statistical Performance Index. And here I included the HDI graph, which shows the HDI of upward trend, which life expectancy, education, and they were just declared a place of the highest standard of living and a relatively low Gini coefficient, which means very low inequality. Now, the reasons behind this achievement is one of them is its government. They have incorporated these SDGs into their national budget with both domestic implementation and international cooperation. So they are not only working to promote it within their boundaries, but also in a global perspective. They also provide universal health coverage with services like primary, ambulatory, mental health, and hospital care. More than half of the municipal budgets are allotted to healthcare and social services. So the municipalities are the ones responsible for these, which are funded by government grants, block grants. Low unemployment rates also motivate kids to stay in school, delay having kids, and they maintain the population at a manageable number so that the nation's resources are not exhausted. Another reason for this is geology/geography. Their economy is fueled by oil and gas exports. They are the third largest petroleum exporter in the world, as you can see in the graph that they produce a lot more than they consume. Their proximity to New England is also caused by the ripple effect that countries close to New England will experience economic takeoff before others. They also have proper management of these resources by the government. If we look at cases like Qatar and Equatorial Guinea, they have a higher GDP than HDI, which means that the government is not properly allotting their resources and they're not benefiting the citizens. So if we look at Nigeria statistics, they rank 157th in contrast to 7th in Norway. They still have major challenges in SDG number 3, but progress is moderately increasing. Some improvements have been made in maternal and neonatal mortality, but other areas still remain stagnant. They have an HDI of 0.394, ranking it in the lowest human development category. Now, reasons behind this is its geography. It's a landlocked country that suffers from droughts and few arable lands. So their distance from trading ports also explained by the landlocked nation as seen in the in the map. Limited access to water, poor soil quality, and lack of areas to raise livestock. And with a population that mostly depends on its agriculture and livestock, it's very hard that they don't have the proper soil quality and area to raise this. They're also vulnerable to terrorist attacks, which makes the resources limited and threaten people's overall well-being and happiness. Now, another reason is its colonial roots. Despite the many natural resources like uranium, which we see in the background, a uranium mine, Nigeria does not profit from these uranium mines because the drilling is done by French companies, so they get all the profits and resources. So in this case, government is not necessarily the problem behind it, but since they lack the lands and for livestock and agriculture, the resources that they have are being stripped away from them, so they cannot rely on that. Even if they were to have these resources, they don't have the infrastructure or the network connections to start a successful exporting business. Another reason is its culture. So contraceptives are taboo topics, so they make women feel guilty for using them, and then larger families are culturally associated with social status, with an average having 7.6 children, which shows population pyramid having a lot more in the younger age category. So these big families cannot afford to give people their education, like each children the education they deserve. They are born into a poverty trap, into a country that has very little opportunities for social mobility in contrast to another country. And population is 5 times the one of Norway, with Norway at 5 million, this one at 25 billion people. So overall, if the countries were to extend a helping hand to one another and work together, then these sustainable development goals would be achieved a lot easier. But we analyze these two countries and we see their main differences and just how vulnerable they are to different things and their geography, everything. So and their government too is a really important key factor in these goals. And thank you.